Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Jason G. Hello, my name is Jason G, and this is Yoga with Jason G Vinyasa Flow Level 1 class. So today is Monday, June the 8th, 6 a.m. Hope that you all are having a lovely morning wherever this practice finds you today. Um, so welcome everyone. Welcome Gail. Welcome Anton. I hope that you both are having a very nice morning. We have a nice flow in store for today's practice. So without further ado, we're going to begin in Child's Pose. So if you don't remember, Child's Pose is a pose where we release our head down onto the mat, our arms are back along our sides, and then our hips are moving towards our heels. Knees are about hips width distance apart, feet are together, and just begin to close the eyes here. So allow your breath to become long and slow, and I'll be joining you throughout today's practice. So as you continue to breathe here, just begin to find your way into your breath. Oh, good morning, Debbie. Welcome. So as you feel ready here, just start to notice your breathing in and out through the nostrils. And just start to allow your breath to relax the body here. So noticing the shoulders relaxing, noticing the face muscles relaxing, and just beginning to feel into your inhalations and your exhalations. And then eventually, as you continue to breathe here, you'll take your arms and bring your arms forward of your chest, and you'll keep the head releasing down towards the mat here. And just continue to breathe into the back body. In and out through the nostrils. Okay. So eventually, you'll begin to seal all 10 fingers down to the mat. Inhale. Begin to peel up the chest, heart, and the sternum here, and find your way into tabletop pose. And as we find our way into tabletop pose here, we're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow pose. So as you inhale here, begin to feel the chest pulling forward through the arms. Allow the shoulders to draw back. Allow the chest to draw forward. As you exhale, rounding the spine here. Releasing the head all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, peeling the chest forward. Wrap the outer armpits in. Lengthen the side ribs forward. See that the belly is hugging in towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, rounding the spine once again, releasing the head down towards the mat. Nice roundedness in your shoulders here. One more time, inhale, peeling the chest forward and up. Good, and as you exhale, we're going to take our way into our first downward facing dog today. So I'd recommend turning the fingers slightly out, pressing down through all 10 fingers, lifting the forearms up, and then beginning to lift the knees up as you press the thighs back. Downward facing dog pose. Just releasing the head here and closing the eyes. So as we take our first downward facing dog of the day, just begin to breathe into the body, feeling into those hips. If you'd like, just swaying the hips right and left a couple of times here. Gently to the right and gently to the left. And continuing to breathe here as eventually we press down through those fingers and lengthen those hips on back. Good. Once again, just find your knees back to the mat and find your way back into downward facing dog pose. So walk those hands forward, release the head to the floor, release the hips towards the heels any amount. And once again, inhale here. Press down through all 10 fingers. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum here. Keep wrapping those outer arms back. This time, inhale, lengthen the right leg back. As you do so, take the left arm forward here. So pressing through the right ball of the foot, pressing through the left fingers, and breathing here for a moment. Maybe take the eyes down towards the floor as you lengthen from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. As you exhale here, release the left palm down, release the right knee down, and change. So once again, we lengthen this time through the left leg. As you press through the left palm, begin to extend the right arm forward. So imagine that you could seal up all the way from the base of the pelvis all the way through the crown of the head. So feel all of those muscles engaged from the belly all the way through the top of the head. And as you exhale here, lower that right hand down. Once again, walk the knees a little bit wider apart. Press down through the tops of the feet. Inhale, lifting those hips up. Releasing the head down, downward facing dog pose. And just breathing here into downward facing dog pose. Good. Again, lower those knees down to the mat. One more time, taking the right leg back behind you. One more time, taking the left arm forward in front of you. And this time, as you feel ready, if you can, lifting through the right leg. So as you lift through the right leg, see if you can really lift through the right inner leg here. Press down through your fingers, press down through your shin, your foot, and breathe here. Once again, you're focused on squeezing in the navel, allowing for the left arm to lengthen, allowing for that right arm to lengthen back. As you exhale here, lower the left palm down, lower the right knee down, and change. So once again here, we're lengthening the left leg this time, and then lifting the left leg up, and then lengthening through the right arm as we lift the right leg up. So it requires a little bit of balance here as we take this pose. Just a little bit, pressing into those fingers, pressing down through the shin and the foot. As you exhale, lower the left knee down, lower the right hand down. One more time, find your way into child's pose. Release the head down towards the mat. So especially here, if you have any knee issues, you could always keep the hips a little bit lifted here. Just release the head down. And again, press down through the fingers, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum. Float the knees up, press the thighs back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose here. Just continue to breathe into those arms and the shoulders. All right, one more time. Lower those knees down to the mat. Float the right leg on back. Float the left arm on forward. Be here for a moment. This time, can you take your left elbow, bend your left elbow 90 degrees so your left elbow is in line with your left shoulder? Can you bend your right knee 90 degrees so your right knee is moving towards your right hip? That's it. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Exhale, extend the left arm forward. 2 more times. Left elbow bends out to the side, right knee bends out to the right side. And then drawing the left arm forward, right leg back. Last time, elbow bends, knee bends, pause here. Maybe extend your arm and leg out to the side. Come back to center, release the left palm down, release the right knee down. Good. Be in table for a moment, just finding your way back towards the body. And then this time, as you press down through the right knee, float the left leg up, float the right arm up. So again here, we're lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. And then once you've found your foundation, drawing the right elbow out to the right side, bending the left knee out to the left side. So just bending the knee and elbow here. Inhale, extending the left leg back, right arm forward. And again, right elbow bends, left knee bends here. Pause. Once again, extending left leg back, right arm forward. Last time, right elbow bends, left knee bends. This time, if you want to try to extend your arm and leg out to the side, you could do so. And then come back to center. Release the right hand down. Release the left knee down. One more time, child's pose. So once again, if it is too much pressure on the knees, you could just release the head all the way down towards the floor here. Excellent, yogis. So from here, press down through all 10 fingers. Inhale as you press down through the balls of the feet, float the legs on up. Downward facing dog pose. From downward facing dog pose this time, you're going to look forward in between the hands and walk the feet forward towards the hands. As you inhale here, lengthening the chest halfway up. As you exhale, hinging at the hips and folding. Take the hands to the low back. Press through the balls of the feet. Inhale, peeling the chest on up, finding your way into standing. And then float the arms on up over the head. Urdhva Hastasana, arms here. Exhale, taking the arms out and to the sides. So welcome everyone. My name is Jason. This is our Vinyasa Flow Level 1 class. So I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful Monday morning. We're going to begin with some flow today. So as you feel ready, inhale, float the arms up above the head. Maybe looking at the fingers, maybe bringing the fingers to touch. As you exhale, hinging forward at the hips, folding all the way down. Inhale, peeling up the chest halfway up. Pause here. As you exhale, floating those hands down. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Palms come to touch. Exhale, bringing the hands down to the sides. And again, inhale, we float on up. And as we exhale, we hinge forward and release on down. Inhale, lengthening halfway here. Pause. As we exhale, releasing our torso all the way down. Inhale, floating those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Maybe the palms touch. As you exhale, bringing the hands back down to the sides. One more time. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhale, folding here. Inhale, lengthening halfway. This time, take your hands down to your mat and walk your feet back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose here. You're going to lower your knees down onto the mat. And you're going to lower the chest all the way down onto the mat. So you can bend the elbows into the body, lower the chest down, and just be here. Walk the hands back now so the hands are right along the sides of the rib cage. Allow the elbows to draw in towards the body. Allow the fingers to spread wide apart. So as you spread the fingers apart, press through the fingers and begin to peel up the chest. See that the eyes begin to turn towards the floor. But keep lengthening through the top of the chest here, hugging the belly in and breathing. As you exhale, lower that head on down. Good. Once again, inhale, peeling up the chest. This time, press the tops of the feet down to the mat. See if you can lengthen any more forward. Good, and as you exhale, lower all the way down. Walk the hands back one more time. Pressing through the fingers, inhale, peeling up the chest. Hug those elbows in, breathing in here. And as you exhale, pressing down through all 10 fingers, lifting the chest, heart, and sternum, pressing those hips back, thighs back, downward facing dog pose. Releasing the head down towards the mat and breathing here. Nice. So from here, we're going to begin to move once again through a flow, walking the feet forward to the hands. Inhale, lengthening halfway up. As we exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, floating those arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva arms. As you exhale, bringing the hands back down to the sides. Good. Inhale, floating on up, lifting the fingers up, and maybe clasping the fingers here. As you clasp the fingers, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Take the eyes forward to the front of the room and begin to glide the arms over to the right side of the room. Nice little gentle stretch of the left side of the body. Back to center and to the left side of the room. Really nice stretch on the right side of the body. Inhale, back to center here. Look up at those fingers. Exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, lengthening the chest halfway up. Pause. As you lengthen the chest halfway up, take the arms out to the side and reach through the fingers. Bend the knees slightly and draw the belly in. So we're going to do this 3 times. Take the arms, bring the arms forward of the chest. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are facing the back of the room. Bend those knees here. As you exhale, lean on forward. Glide the arms out to the sides and breathe here. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, floating those arms up above your head. Reaching through the fingers here. As you exhale, folding on forward, but lengthening the arms out to the sides. 1 more time. Inhale, floating those arms up and above the head, holding here for a moment. This time, bringing the hands down to the sides here. Keep those knees bent. Lift the chest and breathe. Nice. Inhale, straighten those legs all the way. Inhale, float the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum here. As you exhale, walking the feet back into downward facing dog pose. Once again, let's lower those knees down to the mat. Take hold of your blocks, place your blocks on either side of your mat, and step your right leg forward in between your hands. As you step the right leg forward, inhale. Let's start by lifting the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms face one another. So we're taking lunge pose here, just for a moment, and allow for ourselves to lengthen through our back body. So as you take lunge pose, we take the arms up and above the head, and then from here we're going to bend the elbows 90 degrees, so the elbows bend in towards the shoulders, and lift the chest up. As you exhale here, reach through the fingers and just look down towards that right knee. See that you're pressing through the right ball of the foot. See that you're pressing through the right heel. Bend through those elbows again. Lift the chest, lift the heart up, almost as if you're taking cobra pose. As you exhale, lengthen through those fingers again. This time, bending through those elbows here one more time. This time, taking the arms out to the sides, reaching through those fingers, looking up, and then reaching those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, planting those hands on the blocks. And stepping your right leg back to meet your left leg. So you're on your blocks here, and you're going to step your left foot forward in between your hands. So a little nice transition. Inhale, float those arms up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, bend those elbows into the chest and lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, floating those arms up over the head. Looking forward as you press through the left ball of the foot and the left heel. Once again, bending those elbows, lifting the chest all the way up. One more time, lifting those arms up above the head. Releasing the hands down to those blocks. Again, you're going to press through the right ball of the foot. You're going to lift the right leg up. This time, straighten through that left leg all the way. Good. As you straighten through the left leg, lift the chest, lift the heart up. Rebend into the left knee, and then step the right leg forward and step the left leg back. Once again, release that left knee down to the mat. One more time. Inhale, float those arms up towards the ceiling. Reach up through those fingers. And this time, as you bring the hands to the center chest here, you're going to release the left palm down to the left block, and you're going to bring your right hand to your right hip, right thigh. Begin to press the right hand into that right thigh and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, float the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling here. Reach up through those right fingers and breathe. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Good, press through the hands. Inhale, floating up through the left leg, floating up through the right leg. And as you straighten the right leg, release the head on down. This is called pyramid pose or forward lunge. And just breathe here. Breathe into the back of your right leg. Breathe into your chest. Breathe into your sternum. Good, and as you rebend into the right knee, you're going to step your left leg forward this time. Inhale, lift the chest, and stepping your right leg back. Releasing the right knee down. Inhale, floating the arms up towards the ceiling. So once again here, we reach up, we reach up, we reach up. Then we take our hands in through our center chest. Then we take our right hand down to the block and the left hand down to the thigh. As you press down through the left thigh, begin to look up towards the ceiling, look up, and then inhale, float the left arm up. Reach up here and breathe. Nice. Release the left palm down. Press through the left ball of the foot, press through the right ball of the foot. Inhale, float the right leg up. One more time, straightening through the left leg. Breathing in here. Bending through the left knee, stepping the right leg forward, stepping the left leg back. One more time. So this time we'll start with a straight leg. And then from here, you're going to take your left foot, turn it out to the side. You're going to take your right foot, begin to walk your right foot to center. So your right foot's in the center of the mat. Your left heel is aligned with your right foot. So your right heel is aligned with your left arch of the foot. From here, you're going to begin to hug in the right buttocks, draw the right navel in, and bring both hands to the hips. Pause here. So the hands come to the hips and straighten through your right leg. Now, see that your right hip is in line with your right ankle. So your hip, ankle, knee, and foot are all in one line. If you look at your back foot, you can see it's turned in slightly here. From here, keep the hands on the hips. We're going to bend into that right knee. And as you bend into that right knee, lift all 10 toes off the mat. So, I'm sorry, not all 10 toes, just the 5 toes of your right foot. So lift the right toes off the mat and bend a little bit more deeply into that knee. This is what we call flexion. As you take this action, draw the right buttocks in. Lift through both sides of the chest and take the arms out to the sides. This is called Warrior 2 pose. From Warrior 2, release the right toes down to the mat. Draw the right hip back, draw the left hip forward, and then take your right hand. Place your blocks on top of one another and inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. So the right hand is sitting on the blocks, the left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling here. This is called triangle pose. And breathe here. Keep pressing through that left heel. Keep pressing through the right foot. Keep lifting through both sides of the chest. As you inhale here, draw that left arm up. Bend into that right knee again. Once again, lift the toes off the mat. So the right toes are off the mat here. Bend deeply into that right knee. We're going to windmill the hands down to the mat. Do this slowly. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Pause here. You're going to release the left knee down towards the floor. Walk the right foot forward and release the head on down. So we come into this nice it's a half split pose, or half Ardha Hanumanasana it's called. Release the head on down. Once again, lift the chest up. Rebend into that right knee. Bring the hands down to the mat, and then you'll step the right leg back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, lower the knees down to the mat. Lower the chest all the way down to the mat. So our usual vinyasa. This time as you feel ready, inhale, peel the chest on up. And as you peel the chest on up, walk the fingers out wide apart. So the fingers are spread wide out. You're lifting the chest up and breathing here. Elbows are bent. Chest is lifted. Breathe. Nice. And then from here, you're going to walk the hands back to the center chest. Tuck the toes underneath. Press through all 10 fingers. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, pressing back. Downward facing dog pose. Good. Downward facing dog pose again. We're going to lower the knees down to the mat. We're going to step the left foot in between the hands, placing our hands on blocks here. From here, press through the right ball of the foot. Inhale, float the right leg up and straighten the left leg all the way. Now spin that right heel down. Walk the left toes to center. Walk the left toes to center. Good. From here, take your right hand to the right hip. Bring your left hand to the left hip. And then from here, begin to bend into that left knee. So as you bend into the left knee, lift the left toes off the mat. As you lift those toes off the mat, you could sink a little bit deeper into that knee and begin to turn that hip forward, the right hip forward, left hip back. Now straighten through the left leg. Take your block this time. Place your one block on top of your second block. So you create a stack here, and then place your left hand on those blocks. Right hand's on the hip. Turn the chest over to the right side of the room. Inhale, float the right arm up towards the ceiling. So light bend in the left knee. Keep lifting through the right side of the chest and breathe here. Once again, right hand comes down to the right hip. Bring your left hand to the left hip. Bend into that left knee, 90 degrees here, and float those toes up off the mat. Very important for right now. Create a flexion in that foot and continue to breathe as you lift over the chest. Extend the arms out to the sides. Lengthen your right arm back. Lengthen your left arm forward. Once again, windmill your hands down to the mat. You can move your blocks to the sides here. Be here for a moment. Release the right knee down and then straighten through the left leg. Lift up those left toes up off the mat and release the head on down. And breathe here. Good, and then this time you'll step the left leg back. You'll come forward through tabletop pose. Tabletop pose, lower down your chest all the way down onto the mat. Inhale, peeling on up. Okay, so one more time. You're going to take those arms out to the sides. Come up onto your fingertips here and breathe. Keep lifting through the chest. Now, as you feel ready, you're going to take those hands and you're going to bring the hands along the sides of the body and keep the chest lifted. So here, this is called Shalambhasana. Crown of the head is lengthening towards the front of the room. Forehead is facing the floor, and the eyes are soft here. If you can, just begin to float the feet up off the mat. See that the feet are floating here. Keep lengthening the buttocks towards the heels. Keep lengthening the chest all the way forward. As you exhale, take the hands down to the mat once again. Press down through the feet. Inhale. Peel up the chest. Exhale, pressing back. Downward facing dog pose. Very nice. Excellent. So from downward facing dog pose here, we're going to walk the feet forward towards the hands. We're going to inhale, lift the chest on up halfway. Exhale, floating all the way down. Inhale, spinning the arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana arms. And as you exhale, taking those arms down, out, and to the sides. Again, spread the fingers wide apart here and lengthen through the fingers. So as we take this pose, as we take Tadasana pose, see that the feet are pressing down. See that the knees are lifting up. Feel the chest lifting here as you draw those hands back. Again, float those arms up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the fingers. As you exhale, bending through the knees, releasing the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Hands come to the shins. One more time. Take the arms out to the sides, but this time bring the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers. So as you interlace the fingers, can you lift your elbows up towards the ceiling and release your head down towards the floor? Keep that and begin to take your fingers and lift them up off of the low back. This is called forward fold with fingers interlaced behind the back. As you breathe here, keep lifting the chest, keep lifting the heart. Eventually you're going to bend the knees, lift the chest back up. Keep bending those knees. That's it. Now inhale, float those arms up above the head. As you exhale, straighten through the legs and release the arms to the sides. Good, guys. Inhale, floating those arms up one more time. Bend the knees this time. As you exhale, hinge on forward, fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. As you exhale, take those hands down to the mat. Walk the feet on back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose, lowering the knees down to the mat again. Lowering the chest all the way down towards the mat. Good. All right, so one more time, we're going to take our hands back behind us. This time we're going to interlace the fingers here. So once again, let those elbows lift up towards the ceiling and begin to lift the chest up. So as the chest lifts up, the forehead is still facing the floor. And you're continuing to lengthen those fingers back as you float the legs up. Buttocks flesh moves towards the heels. Pinky toe side of the foot begins to move towards the floor. Big toe side of the foot begins to touch. Breathe here. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Release the hands down to the sides. Good. Now from here, one more time. Take the hands behind the back. Don't interlace the fingers this time. Just extend the arms back behind you. Look down towards the floor. Inhale, float those legs up. This time, can you roll onto the right side of the chest here? And inhale, let that left arm come back. So this is interesting. You're going to roll onto your side. Your legs are going to touch the floor. You're just going to take that arm back behind you, rolling onto your side. Good, and then coming back to center, you're going to roll onto your opposite side here. So keep the arms where they're at. The legs are just going to float a little bit, but you're going to be on your knees here. You're going to be on the sides of your legs, and breathe. Nice. Come back to center again. This time, float the knees to a bent position. Lift the knees up off the mat. Flex the feet here and breathe. As you exhale, lower the feet down. Lower the hands down. Inhale, peel up the chest. Exhale, pressing back again. Downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose here. So from downward facing dog pose, you can lower the knees down to the floor if you'd like, or you could step the right foot in between the hands. So your choice. If you want to lower the knees down, you can, and step the foot forward, or you could step the foot forward with your legs lifted. Okay, from here, you're going to press down through the fingers. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Spin the left foot down. Walk the right toes to the center of the mat. And one more time, take your hands to the hips. Okay, straighten through your right leg. Look at your right foot. See that your right foot is in a straight line. Look at your left foot. See that your left foot's turned in slightly. Again, bend into that right knee here and see if you can lift all 5 toes off the mat. So the toes of your right foot off the mat here. Good. Now, straighten through the right leg again. Begin to take the left hip forward. Begin to draw the right hip back. Hopefully your blocks are within reaching distance. We're going to stack the blocks one more time. So stack the blocks up and then take your left hand to your left hip. All right. Now, as you press through your feet, can you feel your legs drawing in towards each other and lift that left arm up towards the ceiling? Keep that action. Now, bring your left hand forward all the way to face the front of the room and place your left hand behind the back of the head. As you press through the left ball of the foot, as you press through the right ball of the foot, can you begin to let the head drift into that hand? You should feel this stretch all along the body. As you take your left hand, can you place your left hand now on your left shoulder and breathe here? Nice. Inhale, re-lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Let that left arm lift on up. Hands come to the hips again, bend into that right knee. So this time, we're going to take our right forearm, place it on our right thigh. As you bend into that right knee here, look up towards that left shoulder. That's it. Keep bending into that right knee here. And again, float that left arm up towards the ceiling. This time, instead of bringing the arm over the head, you're going to take that hand and place it behind the back. Elbow bends and breathe here. Just look towards that left shoulder. Open the chest. Press through both feet. If you can, lift the right toes off the mat, even as you bend into that knee. Nice. All right. Inhale. Float that left arm back up. Let the left arm lift you up, warrior two pose, straighten through the right leg. Take the hands to the hips this time and turn both feet to face the front of the room. As you do so, hands come down the shins and glide your hands all the way down towards the feet. Release the head on down here. Now if you have your blocks within reaching distance, bring your blocks forward in front of you. Bring your blocks forward in front of you and place your hands on those blocks. It's okay to keep the elbows bent here. Lift the chest up, lift the heart up, and breathe. As you exhale, one more time, bend those elbows, release the head all the way down. Now as you release the head all the way down the second time, take hold of your shins and begin to feel your weight drifting from your heels to the balls of the feet. Pause here. Now, take your hands and place them on your hips. As you place your hands on your hips, can you look over your right shoulder? Come back to center. Can you look over your left shoulder? Good. Release the hands down the feet again. One more time, take the hands right underneath the chest. Inhale, peel on up. All right, this time, keep the left hand pressing down on the mat. Take the right hand, place it on the right hip. See that the weight of your body travels to the toes and begin to look over that right shoulder again. Now, as you look over the right shoulder, can you take the right hand and place it behind the left side of your left hip? So the elbow is bent here and you're just looking over your right shoulder. That's it. Exhale, lower the right hand down to the block. So again, we place the right hand in through center. We take the left hand, we place it behind the back. This time we walk the left fingers over to the right, to the top of the right leg, and then we inhale, we look over that left shoulder and breathe. Very nice. Come back to center again, release the left hand down to the mat. One more time, take the hands back behind the back. Inhale, peel up the chest here. Lift up and bring the hands to the hips. So instead of moving through a vinyasa this time, we're going to turn our feet over to the left side of the room. Turn your feet over to the left. Bring your hands onto the hips. So we're going to start with Utthita Trikonasana. So you could take your blocks, and I'd recommend stacking your blocks up. So especially in the beginning, always good to stack the blocks. Hands are on the hips this time. Draw the right hip forward, draw the left hip back. Take your left hand, just place it on the block. Take your right hand, place it on your hip. Inhale, float your right arm on up, and breathe here. See that you're pressing through your feet. See that you're lengthening through the chest. Now take the right fingers, face them to the front of the mat. Bring the right hand and bring it to the top of the head. As you press the right heel down, feel the right chest lifting up and breathing here. Nice work, guys. Then take the right hand and place it behind the right shoulder. Right elbow begins to face the ceiling. And breathe. Inhale, re-extend the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling this time. Let the right arm lift you up and out of the pose. Take your hands to the hips. Bend into that left knee and bring your left forearm onto your left thigh crease. Be here for a moment. Inhale, float the right arm up towards the ceiling. This time, take your right arm behind your back. Just let the arm rest there. And if you can, float the left toes up off the mat. So we've been doing this action all day, and the reason is because when we float those toes up, it creates flexion in that foot, and it activates the whole left thigh. All right, inhale, float the right arm back up. Let that arm lift us up and out of the pose, straighten through the left leg. Take both feet into parallel, and then from here, one more time, forward fold. Take your blocks, place them in front of you again, and breathe here. So now, if you can, stack your blocks up and place the top of your head on those blocks. So your hands could either be on the floor, your hands could be on the shins, your hands could be on your hips. And as you release the head down towards the floor, or towards those blocks rather, see if you could lift up your toes. So you're lifting up your toes here, but you're still shifting the weight forward to the balls of the feet. It's an interesting action, but it helps out to activate those legs. Light bend in the knees here as you breathe. Good. You're going to take the blocks back down to the mat. You're going to bring the hands to the hips. You're going to spin both feet over to the right. Release the hands down to the mat. Step your right leg back. Shift forward. Lower the knees down to the mat. Lower the chest all the way down to the mat. All right, from here, walk the fingers forward so that you're on your elbows this time. So you're on your elbows and interlace all 10 fingers. This is called Sphinx pose. As you take Sphinx pose, begin to press down through the forearms, press down through the wrists, press down through the elbows. Peel the chest on up. As you breathe here, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep lengthening to the chest, keep lengthening to the heart, keep lengthening to the sternum. Look back towards the left shoulder. Pause here. Good. Then come back to center. Look back towards the right shoulder. Pause here. Then come on forward again. This time, as you feel ready, bending your left knee, bending your right knee. Just being here for a moment. So seeing that those knees are bent. Look towards the left foot. Back to center. Look towards the right foot. Back to center again. Good. From here, you're going to keep those legs lifted. You're just going to lower the head down onto the mat. The knees are still bent here. The knees are still bent. And then from here, you're going to lift the chest on up. You're going to take the knees off the floor. So that means that you're lifting those thighs up. Even though you're on your forearms still, you're breathing here as you hug the belly in. So this is a variation for a pose called Dhanurasana pose or wheel pose. So breathe into those legs. Squeeze the outer thighs in. Lift the chest on up. Good. As you exhale, lower those knees down. Release the head down and breathe here. Bring the hands underneath the side ribs. Inhale. Peel the chest on up. Lift the heart on up. Exhale. One more time. Pressing back. Downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose. You can lower the knees down to the mat if you'd like to step the right leg forward, or you could just step the right foot in between the hands. So your choice. Inhale. Float the left leg up here. Float the left leg up. Walk the right hand to the right side of the room. Spin the left heel down. Spin the left heel down. Bring the hands to the hips and straighten through your right leg. Okay. So from here, I'd recommend taking a wider stance in between your legs. So you could even step your left foot out to the left just a little bit more so that you could spin your hips forward to the front of the mat. Now bend into that right knee. And one more time as you bend into the right knee, can you lift all 5 toes of your right foot off the mat? Good. Take your hands, bring your hands to the center chest here. Spin onto the ball of your left foot as you release those toes down to the mat. Now you're going to lean on forward, lean on forward, lean on forward. Halfway pause. Be here. Take the arms back behind your back. Maybe interlace the fingers here. Keep lifting the chest, keep lifting the heart, keep lifting the sternum. That's it. Now inhale, lift the chest on up. Raise the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So as you feel ready, take those hands back down to the mat. You're going to look down towards the floor. Bend into that right knee. Step your left foot forward. Walk the hands forward again. So if you have your blocks within reaching distance, I would grab your blocks. My apologies. Grab your blocks and place your blocks right in front of you on the highest setting here. Okay, from here, you're going to lift up that left leg, walk those blocks forward, and breathe. You're going to take the left knee to a bent position and pause here. You're going to release the head down towards the mat. So as you do this, we're in a forward fold, but our left knee is lifted, our right hip is drawing back, and we're breathing here. Nice. And then once again, you'll extend that left leg all the way back behind you. You'll release the left foot on down as you walk those blocks back. Good. Take the hands to the hips one more time and bend deeply into that right knee. Inhale, float those arms up above the head. As you exhale here, release the hands down to the blocks. Lower the left knee down again. Walk the blocks back, straighten through the right leg. One more time, forward fold here as you walk the hands on forward. This is called split pose. Seated split pose. Release the head down. Good. And then from here, you'll walk those blocks back. Again, you'll tuck the right toes underneath. You'll press down through the right foot. Inhale, straighten the right leg this time as you spin the right leg out. And then from here, release the head on down. So now the left foot is touching the floor. The right foot is touching the floor. The head is releasing down towards the mat. This is called pyramid pose again. And from pyramid pose, lift the chest, lift the heart on up. Breathe here. Okay, one more time. Bend into that right knee. Walk the blocks forward. One more time. Step your left leg up. This time release the left foot all the way next to the right. Release the head all the way down towards the floor here. Inhale, peeling up the chest, lifting the heart, lifting the sternum. You're going to step your right leg back. Turn the right foot out to the side. And take your hands to your hips here. Lift the chest up, lift the heart up. From here, everybody begin to bend into the left knee and flex those left toes. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. So we take ourselves into Warrior One. From Warrior One, we take the hands to the hips. We straighten through that leg. And then we spin onto the ball of our back foot. As you spin onto the ball of the right foot, bend into that left knee again. Inhale, raise the arms up and over the head. As you exhale here, hinge forward, hinge forward, hinge forward. Hands come behind the back now and lift the chest up. Be here for a moment. Nice. And then take the hands to your blocks. Walk the blocks forward, walk the blocks forward, walk the blocks forward, and step your right leg up. So lift that right leg up and release the head down. Now draw the right knee into the chest, draw the right knee into the chest, draw the right knee into the chest. Pause here. Keep the head low. Keep releasing the chest down and breathe. And again, re-extend that right leg all the way out. From here, you're going to walk the blocks back, walk the blocks back, walk the blocks back. Straighten through the leg, and then bring the hands to the hips again as you bend into that left knee. Bend into the left knee. Raise the arms up towards the ceiling one more time. As you exhale here, take the hands to the blocks. Lower your right knee down onto the mat, and then step your left leg forward so that we come into this nice forward fold. Release the head down. Breathe here. Walk the blocks back, walk the blocks back, walk the blocks back. Good. Be here for a moment. Keep the chest lifted, keep the heart lifted. Re-bend into that left knee. Press through those blocks. Inhale, float the right leg up, straighten the left leg. Come back into pyramid pose. Release the head on down. Breathe here. One more time. Hands come to the hips. One more time. Bend into that left knee. Warrior One pose. Warrior One pose. Hands come back to the blocks. Spin onto the ball of your right foot. Lift the right leg up. Lift the right leg up. Release the head down. And step the right leg on forward. Release the head all the way down here. Good. From here, what we're going to do is you're going to bring your blocks right behind you, and you're going to sit on your blocks. So one on top of the other, and just sit on the blocks. Take your feet wide apart. Bring your hands inside the legs. You're going to take the right hand. Bring the right hand down towards the floor as you lift the left arm up and out to the ceiling here. Lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum. Good. Bring both hands back to center and change sides. Left arm comes down to the floor. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling and breathe. Good. Come back to center again. From here, left arm comes up, right arm comes down. Then this time, take the left hand, place it behind the back. Take the right hand and just keep pressing it down to the floor as you lift the chest. You may be able to twist a little bit deeper here. Nice. Inhale, float that arm up. Hands come back to center. Again, left arm comes to the floor. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling. Then that right elbow here, place it behind the back and breathe. Look up, look up, look up. Right arm extends up towards the ceiling. Right hand comes in through the center of your chest. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down to the floor. Okay. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our blocks. So you may need to just kind of lift forward onto the balls of the feet and then kind of sit down onto your mat for a moment here. Okay. From here, we're going to take our blanket and place our blanket down on our mat. So take your blanket. If you don't have a blanket, it's fine. You could sit on a towel if you don't have a towel. You could sit on a pillow if you don't have a pillow. You could sit on the floor. The reason why we sit on a blanket is because the blanket helps us to just lift our hips a little bit so it's a little bit more comfortable. And it also lets our body extend a little bit more. As you feel ready, taking your right knee into the chest, grab hold of your right knee and spin away from your right knee. So bring your left hand behind your back. Lift the chest up and breathe here. As you breathe here, welcoming a smile if you'd like, and beginning to turn over your left shoulder. And then coming back to center, taking your right leg forward, taking your left knee in, and changing sides. So once again, as we start to cool down, this is what we call the cool down in a yoga class. We start to come to the ground. We start to slow down the postures. As we start to do that, just start to feel into your body once again. So you guys had a very nice balancing movement practice today. All right, back to center again. Now, we're going to take some forward folds. So you could take your right knee, bring it back to a bend again, and bring your right foot in towards your right thigh or your left thigh crease. Take your strap, place your strap right over top of your left foot, and then extend your chest on forward. Lengthen through the chest, lengthen through the heart, lengthen through the sternum here. Allow the right side of the chest to rotate towards the left leg and breathe here. Close the eyes and breathe. This is one of my favorite stretches. It's called Janu Shirshasana, or head to knee pose. And the reason why I like it is because you could just close the eyes and relax completely here. Even though the body is still stretching, we're starting to relax. And as we start to relax, we could actually begin to let our breath travel throughout the body. And then from here, inhale, lift the chest on up. Take your right leg, bring your right leg forward. Take your left leg, bring your left leg out. And then from here, you're going to place the strap around the leg and breathe. So continuing to breathe here, continuing to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. Okay, inhale, lifting the chest on up here. One more stretch. So now you're going to take your legs forward in front of you. You're going to take your strap over both feet and then lift the chest up. This is called Paschimottanasana. It's a forward fold. You lift the chest up, you fold on forward, and then you release the head down. Close the eyes here and breathe. So the shoulder blades are moving into the center chest. The outer thighs are rotating towards the inner thighs. The buttocks is lengthening towards the heels actually here as you lift the chest on up. And as you exhale, release that strap, place it next to your side, and find your way onto your back. If you have this blanket here, you could just use it for your head. Release the head on down and breathe. Knees are bent. Arms come out to the sides in a cactus shape or a T shape. Draw the knees up to a bent position and bring both knees over the right side of the room. If you want a little bit more abdominal work, just let the feet hover off the floor. And breathe here. Keep releasing the right shoulder, right elbow, right chest, all the way down onto the mat. Okay, come back to center here, come back to center, come back to center, and take the opposite side. To center, back to center again. This time you're going to hug your knees into your chest. Breathe here. Breathe into the back of the body. Breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into the neck. As you exhale here, release the feet down first. Lift the pelvis up. Lift the buttocks up. Move the buttocks flesh forward towards the heels. And then you're going to release the feet out to the sides. And you'll release the arms out to the sides. And it's best if the body is not touching anything, like it shouldn't be touching a blanket or a bolster or anything. Unless you're using those props for the body. So otherwise, blocks are at the sides, straps. Close the eyes. We're only here for 2 minutes, so it's best just to relax. Let your body relax for now. And eventually here, you're going to begin to point the toes forward in front of you. You can reach the arms up and over the head. This is just a nice way to stretch out the body. And then bring the knees to a bent position. And roll the body over onto your right side. Be here for 1 moment. And as you feel ready, using your hand, gently begin to press your way up and find your way into a seated position. Find your way back into closing your eyes, lifting the chest, and breathing here. So we take our hands into the center chest. We release the chin towards the chest. Lift the head. Open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful Monday morning. Aunt Dawn, Gail, Debbie, so nice to have you ladies practicing with us today for our Monday Vinyasa Flow. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today, a incredible week. Hopefully this practice brings you some nice relaxation for your week and some movement as we move into our week. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our Vinyasa Flow class. We do classes every day of the week, Monday through Sunday, and all different types of practices. So please stay connected with us. So thank you guys so much. It has been a pleasure to be able to share practice with you all on this wonderful Monday morning. Our next class is going to be on Wednesday, June the 10th, 2020 at 6 a.m. So hopefully you all can join us for that class. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today. Thank you so much, Gail. Oh, thank you, Anton. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today. It has been a pleasure and continues to be a pleasure to be able to share yoga with the ladies. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day today. I will be here later today, tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you guys so much. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys all have a spectacular day, and your day is full of happiness and peace and a very good day. So I will be here. If anybody feels like dropping back for later today, I'll be here for a wellness class at 3, and I'll be here throughout the day. So please feel free to check in if at all, and otherwise I will look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Namaste, yogis. See you guys soon.